Hi friends, welcome to Hitify. Today I wanted to talk about the Coolie #1 movie trailer. By this time, Amazon Prime perhaps may have some automated AI-based algorithm that may predict which trailers will get more dislikes than the likes and then disable them. I'm just kidding, friends. India's changing sensibilities must be super difficult for the OTT platforms to catch up on. One thing is very clear now that Coolie #1 trailer is trending on YouTube. While it has got as many views as any major upcoming releases gets, there's a lot of witty negative comments starting from "this is an overacting contest between Varun Dhawan and Sara Ali Khan" to "how this movie will ruin their Christmas holidays." It has been 35 years since the original movie Coolie #1 was released, right? Now, even by the 90s standards or sensibilities, I wouldn't hesitate to rate this movie and its item numbers as super crass. Obviously, there were takers for such content back in the days, and hence this movie made a lot of money. Thanks to David Dhawan, the brains behind the original content, Coolie #1, right? Now wait a minute. The 1995 movie was in fact a remake of the Tamil comedy movie named Chinna Mappillai, starring Prabhu and Sukanya. Obviously, this movie was quite low profile back in the days and sticking to romantic comedy genre, but became a super hit. The success of the film was such that it was then remade in Telugu as Chinna Alludu and in Kannada as Coolie Raja, and in Hindi, obviously as Coolie #1. So these were the days when the likes of David Dhawan would blatantly copy the content from South or Hollywood, perhaps even without caring to buy the rights or giving credit. As everyone was living their own silos, people wouldn't even realize what is original and what is copied. Anyways, David Dhawan, who is one of the most successful movie directors of Bollywood, has created some of the most forgettable and crass content in the history of Hindi cinema, right? Most of his movies were either blatant copies of South or recycling some old Hindi movies of himself. After Varun Dhawan became a star to reckon with, he started remaking his own yesteryear hits, as that's the only thing he knows. The 2017 movie Juduva 2, which was a reboot of the 1997 movie Juduva, which in itself is a remake of a Telugu movie named Hello Brother, was directed by David Dhawan. Juduva 2 got an extremely bad IMDb rating of 3.8, but still was a phenomenal hit with a box office revenue of whopping 227 crores. Many folks might have just thronged to the theaters to relive the nostalgia of Salman Khan's 1997 starrer Juduva, which in itself is a half-witted one. Now switching gears to Coolie #1. The movie is releasing on a freaking Christmas day, folks. Seriously guys, this is a day when some landmark Aamir Khan movies and a bunch of noteworthy South movies would get released. The business model was such that when it releases on Christmas, the buzz around it will continue until the new year and would make a massive business. No matter how much people are going to dislike Coolie #1 trailer, I can bet that this movie will emerge as the biggest grosser of 2020. And that's unfortunate reality of our country, right? Think about it. If a bunch of unknown wives of Bollywood can make their show the #1 trending on Netflix India, the Dhawans have enough ammunition to make their movie trending on Amazon Prime as well, right? Now let's take out the term coolie. It is a term that is commonly used to address a porter in railway stations. Did you know that you're not even supposed to use this term now? Yes, in 2016, the then railway minister, Suresh Prabhu, scrapped this word forever. He said porters would not be addressed as coolies going forward, but instead known as sahayaks or helpers. Friends, this has a lot to do with the shameful legacy of indentured labor from countries such as India and China, who facilitated the rise of British Empire back in the days. As part of making this video, I digged a little deeper into the disturbing history of this derogatory term. Around 1820s, many Indians were voluntarily enlisting to go abroad for work in the hopes of better life, right? European merchants and businessmen quickly took advantage of this and began recruiting them for work as cheap source of labor. The British began shipping Indians to colonies around the world, including British Mauritius, British Fiji, British South Wales, and almost all freaking British colonies around the world. A system of agents were used to infiltrate the rural villages of India and recruit laborers. They would often deceive the credulous workers about the great opportunities that awaited them for their own material betterment abroad. Our forefathers in India had faced a great number of social and economic disasters, causing them to be more eager than the other groups to leave India. In the last part of the 19th century alone, there were like 24 famines, so no wonder why people were seeking such jobs outside. Now fast forward to the current times, right? For decades, the word coolie has been used for the men in red at railway stations across India, making a dash for every train halting at a platform to carry the baggage of travelers. Back in 90s, there were many movies where the protagonist would play the role of a coolie, as there was enough poverty in the country and the audience would relate to it, right? Even though it was being used as a derogatory term, there was enough third world problems that no one bothered to voice their concern about. Now fast forward this decade, as I said before, we are not even supposed to use this word, as a government gave a shiny new term sahayaks, right, to the porters, and that's part of uplifting their social status in the society. The things that were normal back in the days are not accepted as normal now, starting from the fair skin obsession to Me Too movement or stereotyping fellow Indians. We all have woken up and are raising voices against issues that were considered normal back in the days. I wonder why the Porter Association of Mumbai has not taken offense of this term and raised their voice yet. Well, they may have enough real day-to-day problems to deal with, right? And why would they want to waste energy locking horns with the folks who live in their own La La Land? What's astonishing is that while the trailer of the movie released extremely negative comments, the promotional song of the movie, Teri Bhabhi, which was released by Zee Music Company, has not got a single negative comment. Wait a minute, how's that possible? I'm sure that Zee Music must have hired an army of watchdogs to delete negative comments that tend to get popular. Friends, as I end this video, there are some stories that are timeless and people don't get tired of it, no matter how many times you make it. Devdas or stories inspired by Shakespeare's writings or subplots within Ramayana or Mahabharata have always inspired movie makers to keep interpreting and rediscovering them in their own ways. Movies like Judwa or Coolie Number 1 expired and got fossilized long time back, and the Dhawans would have seldom researched anything on the current affairs in the world of Porter's life. Let's hope that this time around people don't support this kind of crap and make room for quality content. Now, thank you very much, friends, and please subscribe to this channel. Thanks again. Bye.